All right, so everybody, welcome to the TCP podcast. This is episode Quattro.
Oh, four. Woo.
Today we are sponsored by the Plumbus. Go out to your nearest available retailer, pick yourself up a Plumbus.
Yeah, every household needs a Plumbus.
Manual not included.
Oh, wow. They charge you extra for the manual, but it's necessary.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so
Absolutely.
we've got a couple different topics. One of them, this is funny. We did not discuss any of these before we started.
That's what this is for, right?
That is exactly
the
what
discussion.
This is for. So we're gonna start off light and easy. If you're
all right, throw up some underhanded pitches here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
An underhanded pitch.
Did we ever introduce ourselves on these things, or we just start talking?
Yeah. So this is Mackay.
If you didn't already know, that's Mackay. This is old man Cam over here.
Yeah, we're definitely supposed to do that. I just start talking.
I think that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should make that a point in the future to introduce ourselves so they know who's talking. You know, the people that don't know us listening to this.
Yeah, for sure. And we actually have listeners. Like, I've been checking the stats, and we have at least 40 to 50 listeners on each cast.
Nice.
So we're
nice. I haven't even listened to episode 3 yet. So.
Oh, episode 3 was a blast. We were sponsored by Bananas on episode 3.
I got that far.
Yeah.
I was listening at work, though. I had to take off my headphones.
Oh, yeah. Code Cricket, unfortunately, has expired, so you can no longer get a bunch off. But that's okay. So, first topic of the night, and yeah, this first soft pitch, if you will. Cam, what are the 4 visible games on your Switch home screen?
The 4 visible games.
So, like the last 4 you've played.
I could probably tell you without looking. Oh, wow. No, it's actually a surprise.
See, that's why I wanted to do this, because I was surprised when I looked at mine. So I was like, oh, I bet Cam's got a good one.
Well, it's funny because if you would have asked me this question like a few days ago, it would have been almost completely different.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
All right. So, my 4, I'm guessing YouTube doesn't count.
YouTube does not.
So, I'll go my next 4. Well, yeah. It's Diablo III,
nice,
which is a staple right now. Tetris 99, which I played just yesterday for the first time in weeks.
Yeah, I haven't even touched that.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun if you like Tetris.
Yeah, I love Tetris.
We got Splatoon 2, which I just recently got back into. And Neurovoider.
Very nice.
Which I played with Mike on over the holiday. So there you go.
Pretty cool. For those of you who don't know, Cam is not only a semi-pro player in Splatoon 2, he's also, when he plays, the top of the leaderboard for Neurovoider, like every time. Like, I'm not even kidding.
That's mainly because not a lot of people play Neurovoider.
But you're also darn good at it.
I still want to make a video about it eventually.
Did we make a video about Neurovoider?
We did not make a video.
I swear we were.
I planned it. We planned it, and it never came to fruition.
Y'all, if you could see the backlog of videos that we want to make, our YouTube channel is banging.
Well, right now, I need to be working on... Oh, hello, Bubs.
Hey, Bubs.
Right now, I need to be working on 2 Hots because we're way behind on Season 2.
I need to work on our Nintendo Labo. Yeah, Nintendo Labo impressions with Kaiser. And then I've also got an Oculus Quest review in the mix.
Okay.
Because I bought one of those and it's awesome.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard that this is the closest it's ever been to mainstream.
Yeah, there's no wires. It's just you put the headset on. Like literally, I've brought it to school every day, and like kids and teachers, the teachers that you wouldn't even think would be interested in it, are like, "Yo, this is crazy." I got one teacher. She went to Best Buy and bought one. Or she told me she was going to buy one. I'm pretty sure she went today. But literally, she was like, "Oh yeah, I could ignore my husband for days wearing this thing." So it's like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the 4 games that I have on my home screen, or the most recent played games on my Switch, are I'm gonna leave the last one as one of my favorites. But I've got Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate.
Okay. It's one of my first it's on the list.
Yeah.
Like on the. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You and I both could talk about Monster Hunter Gen Ultimate for days.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, sorry. Continue.
So Monster Hunter, Dead Cells, which they just released the Rise of Giants DLC, and it's free.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
I played it for about 15 minutes before I fell asleep playing it. So, number 2 is For the King.
I noticed you've been playing that.
Which
I have no idea what that is.
It's basically tabletop D&D, but visualized.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I could not get into D&D is because it wasn't visual. It was all imagination. This game plays like a tabletop game. Like every time you attack, it rolls for initiative. Every time you move, it rolls for initiative. Now it's like you don't like interact with characters the same way you would in D&D, but it is absolutely a blast, and it's 3-player couch co-op.
Nice.
And you can do couch co-op plus an online player. So Whitney, me, and her brother are like totally into this game. It's so good. But we literally played for like 5 hours the other night. And then number 1 for me, it just came out today, is
I saw that.
Is Gato Roboto. And it is...
I didn't even know...
Oh, it's so good.
I didn't even know it had come out until I saw you playing it. I was like, wait a minute. It's only $7?
Yeah, I didn't know it came out, or was coming out, until last night when I was like, oh, hey... it was just on like Google or something, like Gato Roboto. Here's the. It was like an article about it. It wasn't even a review. And I was like, when's this coming out? And then it said, the 30th, and I was like, so I pre-purchased it and have been playing it for like an hour. Yeah.
Make that noise again.
It's bite-sized Metroid with a cat. But it's got some interesting mechanics. Like you can exit the mech, and like essentially the cat form is your ball form, but you have a one-hit KO and you can't attack. So there are things like you shoot like a little grassy knot, it explodes with your missiles, and then the cat gets in there, and then you get a health module. So it's cool. Only downside of it is that it's only a few hours long, apparently. Which for $7, I mean, you can't expect too much. But it's got a timer at the bottom of the screen, so it's gonna be a speedrunning game for a lot of people.
Gotcha.
But I'm just gonna enjoy the absolute crap out of it while I can. And it's so good. It's so good.
Well, it's interesting because like I said, when you asked me that question, it completely took me off guard because I did not see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also like, I got some weird stuff up here. I mean, Diablo is something I play all the time. I have been playing all the time for months.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I have it on Xbox and bought it for the Switch so that I could play it on the go. So
Nice.
That makes sense. But everything else up there is recent. Like, everything else up there is recent.
Yeah. Like my number 5 on the screen is Swords of Ditto.
I'm planning on getting that.
It's really fun. It's basically a Link to the Past play style.
Gotcha.
And a roguelike adventure with like Majora's Mask clock. So you have 3 days to do everything, but as you play through the game, there are ways to like rewind the clock, and then the time only runs while you're out of towns or out of dungeons. So the overworld.
Okay.
And then Octopath was the other one. Was number 6 for me. So I mean, just that's one I played for like 25 hours and then haven't touched.
See, I have Mario Kart and Smash Brothers as my 5 and 6, and for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah. Have you played as Joker yet?
Yes. Not for me, but definitely an interesting character.
Yes. Unfortunately, not for me also. Because you know how big of a fan Persona 5 I am. Also, what's up with Persona 5 Scramble?
We're not going to talk about that.
Why?
We're not even going to mention it. We're not going to give it the publicity.
Why is Persona 5 S not Persona 5 Switch? I was infuriated. But like you said, we're not gonna give that garbage
the time of day. Ugh. It does not deserve our conversation. Anywho,
it's just so bad. Now, Persona Q2 Labyrinth, I'm cool with.
Yeah, they've been making Persona Q.
Yeah, and they're all really good. I mean, it's Etrian Odyssey with Persona characters, so
right.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, so what's our next topic of conversation this evening?
So this is something that I didn't know if you wanted to save for the whole group. It's almost old news now, technically. I think you know where I'm going here.
I know exactly where you're going, and I did kind of want to wait for the whole group, but I'm okay discussing it just us, because it's winding down. Its time in the limelight is almost gone.
Yeah, so let's talk about Mr. ProJared here.
All right, first of all, let me start off by saying that I used to be a very huge fan of ProJared.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he was one of the good guys for a long time, and man, after this, did you leave? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just turned off the camera. My laptop was getting hot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. How do I do that?
There's a camera button.
Camera. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Wow, I'm showing my oldness here.
No, you good.
All right, so I would like to start off by saying that yes, I was a real fan, like a legitimate fan of ProJared before this happened. If you don't know about the ProJared story, quick run through. He and his wife. Well, he announced that he and his wife were getting a divorce and that it was like a mutual thing. Mm-hmm. She comes out and says, no, he's been cheating on me with this woman, and he's been sending illicit pictures to minors, and
been cheating on me with this woman for a year. Not just recently.
Right. It was not a quick, and they just found out like it was a thing. Well, all in all, I don't know if you kept following it afterwards.
I followed it for a few days.
So, I don't know if you caught when, like, it turns out, like, it wasn't all the whole truth from her, and that she was not making things up, because she didn't make anything up, but it was, like, not as cut and dry as there's a bad guy, and that's it. I mean, still, his career is basically over.
Yeah. He'll never work on YouTube again.
Yeah, I cannot see that happen. Normal Boots let him go.
Yeah.
Not that Normal Boots is like a shell of itself now.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Normal Boots is like Satchbags
ever since
left.
Satchbags left, which when Satchbags is out, I'm out too.
Yeah.
Like, Satchbags is the man. So
yeah, Satchel Like a Bag Drakes is literally one of the coolest people I have ever... Like, I started watching him in college when he was doing his, like, essays on...
Yeah, you introduced me to Satchbags.
Did I?
In fact. Yes, you did. Because I didn't really know who he was until you were like, yeah, my favorite is Satchbags.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm a fan of ProJared.
Yeah.
Wrong. Bad decision.
I mean, I started watching ProJared because of what you showed me. Because he's a Monster Hunter fan. And I was like, oh, let's check this guy out. Oh, yeah.
Turns out the monsters we were hunting were us all along.
Oh, that's deep.
No. No, but, okay, so the situation, sure, I mean, ProJared is definitely in the wrong. He should definitely not, especially since he was, like, the nerd of nerds. He's, like, a goofy-looking dude. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got a gorgeous wife. He's doing all the right things. He's got, like, a good young fan base. And it turns out he's just, like, a sleazebag like every other, you know, guy out there that gets famous on the internet, it seems like.
Unfortunately, when you start sending weighing pictures to your young fan base...
Right. I don't understand. But, so, it turns out, you know... It wasn't exactly just all cheating, like Holly didn't necessarily know or something.
Right.
It was kind of encouraged by Holly. They had like a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, so...
She got jealous and she told him to kind of break it off, like knock it off.
Yeah.
And where he went wrong is he did not knock it off.
Right.
He pursued this, continued to pursue it, and... Yeah, so you get this situation where you turn out ending up, you know, being the bad guy in a situation where you didn't have to be the bad guy.
Right.
Like, it was her idea to be polyamorous, you know.
Yeah, like
and all this stuff.
She mentions, like, when Jared would receive, like, you know, nudes from people, they would, like, high five.
Right, because that's what she kind of wanted.
Yeah.
I think where he went wrong is he kind of let his feelings really get into it.
Yeah. He jumped off a cliff and she didn't jump with him, and
yeah. And at that point, even if you're in a polyamorous relationship, if one person's not okay with the relationship, it's not a polyamorous relationship anymore.
Correct.
It's cheating.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, man, I like Peanut Butter Gamer, and, you know, I'll still watch him when he makes a video every once in a while. I feel like they make videos, like, less often than we do.
Oh, for sure.
At this point.
Talking about, like, Peanut Butter Gamer, he does, like, Zelda month now, and that's it. Like,
he did a recent video of, like, one of those Goodwill Games things, which I love those. Those are hilarious. He's just got really great comedic timing, and I hope he doesn't turn out to be a sleazeball too.
Yeah.
But I think also what really got Jared is that he kind of turned it into a lie for all of his friends. Like to his friends, he kind of made Holly out to be the villain the whole time, and even afterwards, he made Holly out to be the villain. Like in all of his things where he was trying to stay, you know, neutral, it turns out he was not being very neutral. Like, he was blaming her and all of them. And it's like, dude, you gotta take credit where you would do some credit on this too.
Oh, for
this
sure.
Is not her fault. And you lied to her. This is...
And then all the pictures got leaked of...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it was bad.
You want to talk about something I did not want to see on my Twitter feed that day.
For sure. ProJared in a Sailor Saturn costume.
Right.
Yeah.
And for the record, I don't even follow ProJared on Twitter.
I don't either.
I follow Omni, who posted about it, and I was like, what is he talking about? And did a search for it, and I was like, God, are you serious?
Well, I follow Gerard, because I really like The Completionist. I really like his show,
yeah.
And I really like him. I think he's a stand-up guy. And he...
Hopefully.
As far as I know. I'm putting my faith in the fact that I say that he's a stand-up guy. And he made a statement about it, about how it's, you need to be in like a comfortable relationship, like kind of like what you were just saying. And he said he made 3 $5,000 donations to separate organizations that deal with abuse and just stuff like that. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool that he has the finances in order to do something about this situation a little, or in other people's lives, and he's trying to help,
right?
As opposed to just saying like, "Well, that sucks."
Right.
So
it's just yeah, it was a mess. It's a messy situation, and like I remember seeing that article and being like, man, if one of the cricket party does something like this. We're pretty much disbanded immediately.
Oh, for sure. There's no way.
I am not doing this.
I'm not sticking up for that.
No.
You know what I mean?
We are not doing this.
So,
right.
Yeah, and we're not doing anything like that, thankfully, but I did think about that for a blip of just like, well, what if that happened in our organization?
Right, exactly.
And exactly what you just said, I wouldn't be able to stand by it. There's no way that we would be able to stick together.
No, not
as
at
the
all.
cricket party. So, Phil and Kaiser, if you're listening, watch your backs.
Yeah, don't send illicit nudes to to children.
Anybody.
Well, just don't send illicit nudes. All right, just
please. How hard is it not to do that? I tell my students that all the time. I tell them like Snapchat and Instagram and all these different things that they think are safe. I'm like, guys,
right.
All of that gets uploaded into a cloud server the second you hit send, and you should see the white faces that happen in the room. They're just like, what do you mean it doesn't get deleted? It's like, guys,
yeah, no. None of that.
Just because it gets deleted off of your phone does not mean that it doesn't go to some dude's hard drive somewhere. So, it's just... Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mess. It's a messy situation that nobody really wants or needs to be involved in. And, yeah, that's it. That's all I really wanted to say about that situation. Yeah, I got off my chest what I need to get off my chest. And I'm really disappointed in the whole situation.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the way that he handled it. I'm disappointed that he put an obligatory statement out there, didn't address it at all after the fact, and even after a few days of it, it's just like, just has completely moved on from the situation, which, I mean, you gotta cope with things the way that you cope with things, but I don't know. It just...
Well, it's one of those things that, like, just doesn't make you look better.
No.
If that's what you were trying to do.
No.
Blaming your wife for your problems does not make you look better in this situation.
No. I mean, the evidence is out there, and the case is closed. So, that's...
Right. It's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's like... regardless of what the truth is or what you think the truth is, that's not what you look like in the public eye.
No.
You look like a sleaze.
No.
And whether she wanted to end your career or whatever, because she was jealous or whatever, you put yourself in a bad situation. If you did not want this kind of thing to happen, yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah. And that's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah, we went to softballs to, 100-mile-per-hour pitches right down the middle.
Man, I told you I was going to start off easy.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. So I got another easy one.
Oh, we could have followed up the easy one with another easy one.
Could have. But this one's also kind of strange. And I'm sure Kaiser will have a lot to say about it because he's the resident Call of Duty expert. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare was just announced.
Yeah, the remaster.
And it's
a remake, isn't it? Like a pure remake.
They're calling it a soft reboot. So it's not a remaster, it's not a remake.
So they're just restarting Modern Warfare.
Correct. They're going, well, I don't necessarily know if they're restarting it or if they have mentioned that it's going to be basically it's like one of those, files from the X-Files things. So it's like, or stories from the X-Files where it's not necessarily in the vein of the main story, but it will have the same characters in it. So
okay.
like Captain Price was like the main dude who you fought with in that series, and he's going to return as a recurring character. Things like that. So
I remember. I just saw it today when you sent it to us, and the first thing I thought was, this looks interesting. It looks different. Like, I did not expect what I saw. That segues into something I want to talk about next. Yeah. But it looks interesting. It looks really interesting. Not something that I would play. No, yeah, I'm something that I would definitely look at. I would watch someone play this. As weird as that sounds for me.
No, that sounds completely appropriate, knowing what types of games that you play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
can see that.
I will probably give it a shot. I don't know if we'll buy it or if we'll Redbox it, because the last few Call of Duty games that we've sunk $60 into, we've only played 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, this does not look like the zombie experience Call of Duty that we're used to. Right. Even if it has zombies in it, this does not look like that.
Yeah, no, and they're aiming for a much more adult, darker theme.
Yes.
And it's almost like they're transitioning into like they know that their fan base is growing up. So they're transitioning from R-rated crazy explosion spastic movies to airport novels.
Right.
We're moving into the Tom Clancy range here.
Right. That's well put. It's like they're growing up from action movies to Tom Clancy action movies.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
This is a more adult movie.
Yeah. This. There are going to be situations that we do not necessarily need children to see. However, it's still accessible. Right. You can walk up to a Barnes & Noble and buy any Tom Clancy book. Now, would you be drawn to that? Probably not.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see. The reason I sent it to the group is because I wanted to see Kaiser's reaction.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like...
Oh, yeah, I knew exactly why you sent it to the group.
And I might screenshot that and post that after this podcast goes live, because Kaiser was like, neat, Like the first thing he says, and then after it was like, yo, 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 yo. Like, this looks rad. It's pretty funny.
It does. It looks really, really gorgeous and pretty and really serious. Like, surprisingly so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, surprisingly. Even for, like, a game that was already rated M for mature, this looks extremely mature. You know?
Oh, for sure.
Like, and not just because it has guns and shooting in it, but, like, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I mean, it comes out, what, October?
Yep. I want to say.
So, we got a few months to wait. Maybe it'll bide its over until we can get some Death Stranding.
Oh my gosh.
Which I want to talk about next,
yeah,
because Death Stranding is a strange looking game. All right.
Let's do it.
People are losing their minds over this Kojima game. And I guess fans of Kojima should be, because Kojima makes solid games. Like, Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the best video games I've ever played in my life.
It's so cinematic. It's just, it's beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous. And I don't know what to think of it.
Of Death Stranding? I have
of Death Stranding.
I have no freaking clue. What? It's like every time I watch it, it's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Because it's like completely different every time.
It's just like, I showed it to my brother and, like, showed him just the cast.
Yeah.
And he's like, why does this have, like, better cast than movies?
Yeah, like, why is Mads Mikkelsen the villain? And why is Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro? And, like,
right.
like, what? He's not an actor. He's a director. But
I don't know,
and
man.
the thing with the baby, like, what is going on with the baby?
Look, it's Kojima. It's one of those things where I guess you're just meant to find out when it comes out.
It's like a fever dream. It's madness.
I mean, it's one of those things, I guess, that he puts it out so that people talk about it. Even though we have like, it's just for speculation.
You know, I think the funniest thing, and I wish I knew the person's username, but it was on Twitter so that I could give them credit. But they said the biggest surprise about Death Stranding is most likely going to be the fact that Death Stranding has been out for 2 years now.
And nobody knew about it?
You've played it, but you didn't know that it was Death Stranding. Like, for some reason, it was, like, wiped from your memory after you played it, or it was such an intense experience that your brain considerably couldn't handle it. I don't know.
It's weird, man. It's a weird looking game.
It is. It doesn't look like a video game. It just doesn't. It looks like almost like an experience.
Yes.
Like it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't look like
even in that. Okay, first of all, did you watch the whole trailer?
Yeah.
The trailer's like 7 or 8 minutes long, and there's probably 30 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah.
In it. And I'm being generous.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm being very generous.
And
so I'm like,
it's him like running up a wet mountain.
That's not true. That's not true. There's 30 seconds of action gameplay. Mm-hmm. The rest of it looks like, why is this going to be fun? Mm-hmm. To me. But I know people are like salivating over the thought of playing this game.
I'm not. I'm not a. I guess I'm not a visionary. I just don't. I don't know where he's going.
Going?
Yeah, like I have no idea where this idea came from.
I'm with you. I have no idea, and it's everybody. It's one of those situations, one of the few situations where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of glad I don't have a PlayStation 4 now, so I don't feel left out on this one.
I have a PlayStation 4 and I'm not getting it. Like, you think about Metal Gear Solid, and that's like a military epic. You know what I mean?
Metal Gear Solid is phenomenal. That's 5, The Phantom Pain, is a phenomenal game. I will straight up say that.
Zone of the Enders is another series he worked on, and it's like a mech epic. You know what I mean? Like, it's got some cool stuff going on in it, and you're in a giant mech, and you know it's going to be awesome. Death Stranding looks like an episode of The Walking Dead gone wrong.
It looks like Lost to me.
Yeah.
Except you start in the middle and nobody can tell you what it's about. That's that's what this game looks like to me. And with saying that, it looks visually stunning.
Oh, for sure.
It looks absolutely amazing.
It looks like reality. Like their engine is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about Death Stranding. I don't know what I can't get excited about something I have no idea what it is.
The first article that pops up is on Kotaku, and it says the internet reacts to whatever that Death Stranding trailer was.
That's accurate. Whatever that was. I started showing my wife because I wanted to show her how many like people, actors, and like names and stuff were in it. And I skipped straight to the part where it has the the characters and their names or whatever, the actors and their names. And then I started at the beginning, and she saw the baby part, and she's like, "What am I watching?
Mm-hmm.
Why does this exist?" I'm like, Kojima, man, I have no idea what this game is about. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know. But people are excited to play this.
I don't know why. But they are.
Because there's people that love Kojima, man. All those people that stuck through all the weird stuff in Metal Gear Solid. They want to play. They want to play this.
But I mean, if you think about it, Metal Gear Solid isn't that
weird.
Like it's.
Should I remind you of what happens at the end of the first chapter of the Phantom Pain? Or the prologue chapter?
Yeah, it's weird, but it's not Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro carrying a baby.
Yeah, that's super
in
weird.
The rain.
That's not weird. Okay, that's not weird for Guillermo del Toro.
No, it's not, because
it's right in his wheelhouse.
It absolutely is, and he's my favorite director of all time. So I got to give him props for whatever the heck he's doing in this, but whatever. I mean,
he said for whatever he's doing.
I have no idea. The baby seems aware that it is going on this journey. However, it, as far as we know, doesn't seem to have a purpose in like helping the player character. I just don't know. It's definitely...
Look, you can look up some theories on what's happening there. I'm not here to speculate on that.
It's not going to be
I just know
like an Elizabeth BioShock Infinite type deal. You know what I mean? Where she's like the player helper.
Right. It's just a baby.
It's just there.
And you have a baby strapped to you. And yeah. And I mean, if you have not seen the trailer for this game, that might as well be a movie. Yeah. Go watch it, come back, and just listen to us talk about it, and you'll understand exactly why we sound completely out of our wheelhouse in talking about this game.
Faux show. They're gonna talk about it at E3, which, hey, E3 is in just a few weeks.
I know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm kind of pumped, but I want to know some more Nintendo stuff.
Yeah,
because I feel like they don't have much right now. And
they got Animal Crossing to talk about. They got Mario Maker 2. They've got Fire Emblem 3 Houses. They've got, I think they'll announce more features about Mario Kart Tour, potentially Sword and Shield.
I really well they have the Sword and Shield Direct in next week, right?
Yeah, so they'll probably be showing off Sword and Shield. And then I bet that they'll announce the next Smash Bros. Fighter.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to Mike about that.
Really?
I was like, it's weird that we don't know who the next Smash Bros. Character is.
It has been a year.
Like since we found out about Joker?
Yes, because I remember they were showing off Ridley.
Oh
The
yeah.
game hadn't come out yet. And then Reggie appeared at, I can't remember what it was. It was something not Nintendo based, or maybe it was the Smash Bros tournament or something like that. And they played the trailer for Joker, and I texted you a lot. And this was at like 2:30 in the morning. Like, I don't remember, but it was, yeah, like, we don't know who the next character is, and they're all supposed to be done by next year.
The end of the first quarter next year, I believe, right? February or something.
So they might just announce them all then.
Do we still got 3 characters left or 2? Yeah, we got
No,
3.
We have 4.
Wait, I thought Piranha Plant was the first one.
I think there are 4 other slots.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, I thought Joker was on top, and then there were 4 more below.
On the selection screen, it's in order that they appear in the game, so Joker's very dead last. So I don't know.
Here, let me...
Like, he's definitely last on the selection screen in Smash Bros.
Let me look up... What's it called? Is it it's not the Battle Pass. It's the Fighter Pass.
Fighter Pass, yeah.
Smash. There are...
Because I thought PD was... Or PD. Piranha Plant was the first. And then Joker was second.
There are supposed to be 4 more, boo-boo.
Jeez.
Yep.
How? Unless they gotta release like 2 at E3 or something.
All packs will be released by February 2020.
Yeah, see? I told you.
Dang. Well, I'm glad I have the Fighter Pass. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced 2 and one of them was available today.
Right.
Yeah.
They're good at that available today.
That gets me every time. They did that with Hollow Knight. They did that with the Bloodstained pre-game. They did that with there were a few others that were just like, oh my god, this is awesome.
They do that with every BoxBoy game.
Yeah.
Except for this last one.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't finished yet.
Bye-bye, BoxBoy.
No, BoxBoy and BoxGirl on the Switch.
Oh, that's right. They teased you. They said, bye-bye, BoxBoy is the last one.
Well, it technically was the last one in the trilogy.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, not that BoxBoy has like a pertinent story that you need to really follow, but BoxBoy and BoxGirl, they have already succeeded in what they're doing, and they're living happily ever after when BoxBoy and BoxGirl starts. So,
oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so there's that.
I bet we'll see Metroid Prime 4.
You think so?
Oh, you know what?
I mean, didn't they just reboot that?
They did. I just forgot. I totally forgot about that. Man. We're not going to get that until like the end of the Switch's life cycle.
Right.
But
it's hard to believe that the Switch is 4 years old.
It's 2.
Oh, wait. Oh, Splatoon is 4 years old.
Yeah, but still, I can't believe that I've had my Switch for 2 years. Like, because I got mine day one.
Yeah, I did too. Well, close to day one,
Yeah.
because I was on vacation when it came out.
Funny story for the listeners. I pre-ordered my Switch and still showed up at Walmart at 5 a.m. to pick it up. Like a dummy. And ran through the store with 4 other 12-year-olds. And, got into a verbal altercation with a gentleman because he wanted to buy 2 and a kid wasn't going to get one because of him. So me and the cashier started to not berate
Started to berate him.
questions such as how old are you? You already have 1. Why would you need 2? Because he was just going to resell it.
Right.
And then the manager came out and said 1 per customer. And I was like, whoa!
In your face!
Erect. R-E-K-T. Erect. And I left with my Switch and was...
Hopefully that kid left with his.
Yeah, the kid did. I made sure he went before me.
Nice.
Because I was not going to let that kid leave without one. And he was like, do you guys have one of the red and blue ones? And the cashier laughed. And he was like, no, we only have the gray ones. And then I felt a little piece of my soul die. But I wasn't going to complain. Because I walked out with the Switch.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so, holy cow, this has been an extended episode of the TCP podcast. Wrapping up episode 4 here. We hope you guys have enjoyed listening.
Indeed.
We'll be weekly from now on out. So this one will come out. We're looking at the 3rd of June.
Nice.
And yeah, so I know you guys won't be listening to this until the 3rd of June. But rev your engines, because we got that weekly podcast coming your way.
We're coming full throttle. And again, I am working on new 2 Hots. I do not have a date on those yet. I am working on some new different things. This will be the start of season 2 of 2 Hots.
Season 2, subtitled Mackay's Redemption.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think you forget how badly it hurt the first time.
Oh, it was horrible. I don't think I'll ever forget that. But I will do 20 next time.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
I have to finish what I started. I will climb that mountain.
I hope you do, Mackay.
And I will die.
I hope you do.
I wish I could have recorded it, but we did. I think I told you this. We did it at school, and it was called School Hots. And I couldn't get.
How did that go?
I couldn't get through asking the questions.
How are you going to redeem yourself again? Like, how is this going to work?
I'm just going to shove 4 of them in my mouth at a time and not think about it. No.
And not answer any questions.
I have to go with the format. So I'm not gonna ruin that.
Oh, Mackie. I miss you guys. I don't get to see you as often as I used to.
Yeah, the cricket party is now all in a long-term relationship, ladies and gentlemen. But we get together every now and then, and it is an epic occasion.
It's always epic, yes.
Just like this podcast.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, come to my macaroni party and we'll take a nap. All right, when the macaroni parties start to come out, that's the end of the.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, guys, this has been Mackay,
And Cam.
and we will catch you guys in the next one.